Good evening. I hope and pray that we had a beautiful day today, my family, my beautiful melanated family. Um, and the evening is winding down to a very relaxing time for you. Um, I decided to come on today. Let me get a little comfortable. Oh, I start talking. Something that's been pressing on my mind for a while, and I think it's time to talk about it. I haven't been hearing very much until today. I had a conversation actually with a relative, and they kind of expanded on this topic, and it just really opened my eyes even more to what is really, really, really going on. And after hearing what they had to say, it's kind of been pressing me all evening and I just decided, you know what, it's time to talk about it, to go on the channel and just talk about it. Because a lot of people are still not aware of a lot of the things that are going on, um, and sometimes it takes us to make them aware. So I want to talk about the push to divide the family, to further divide the family. Um, we are now in the end times, the closing out of the old world, as I mentioned before. And the inorganic one's time is absolutely up. It's a done deal. They know it. Many of us might not know it still yet, but they know it. They're feeling it. And it is real. Um, they're on their way out. Mother Earth is cleaning, and they do not have a choice. It is actually divine order. They came here with a checkout date, a checkout time, and it is actually a divine time. So they're on their way out of here, and they're not going out quietly. Um, just like most sore losers and defeated wimps, their plan was never to leave without a fight, and an attempt to destroy the rest of us. And that's what they're trying to do in so many ways. I tell you, it is very deep. And at some point in the near future, I want to be able to, or I plan to cover much more than what I'm going to talk about tonight. Their initial thing was to, and they used certain designs to divide us. And the main tool they used was religion. And a lot of us still don't see it, how they orchestrated religion. And actually, there are a group of Caucasian men that actually were the founders of many of these religions. But if I told you what the root is, some of you already know. I'm aware that many know. There's so many who don't know, and we're going to talk about that too on another story on the channel. Their objective was to divide. After they divided us, the bigger groups, then the next thing was to divide the nuclear family. As though they haven't already caused enough division, they're still on a rampage. In our last effort in this age of Aquarius phase, melanated families, especially the awakened elders, are trying to keep the family connected, because we realize more so than maybe the younger children or the younger people, we realize how important it is to cover and protect right now in the times that we're in and the times that are coming. The inorganic ones have created a trend. They have actually created a trend using trauma which we all suffer from. If you're melanated and you're on this planet, you suffer from some trauma. Um, and the trauma started many years ago with the inorganic ones taking control of us. But know too that there are several ways that we have been traumatized throughout this experience under this group of beings. They're using social media and all kinds of methods to penetrate and to manipulate the minds of the younger generation. We already know they do it collectively with us all, but now they're focusing on the younger generation. They are aware of the important part this particular group plays in this end time saga. They also know the role of the elders and how necessary the complete unit is to the outcome of what's taking place. They realize how important it is that we unite collectively and especially as a nuclear family. During these times, I have noticed how multiple adolescents have begun to turn against their parents. There's a trend in that right now where children have become so, I say children, I'm sorry, I call them children. They're always going to be children to me. But our adolescent children, let me just say it that way, are turning against their parents in record numbers under the disguise reason that all their trauma was caused by their parents. That's the disguise. This is mind manipulation. My baby girl told me a little over a year ago, she said, Mama, she said, none of my friends are talking to their mothers. And I listened to her. We were talking over the phone, and I paused for a minute or two in disbelief, because I'm like, did she really just say that? And I said, are you serious? And she said, yes. She said, hardly any of them now are speaking to their mother. And at that moment, I knew something was wrong. So I said to her, I said, well, baby, that is very sad. I don't know where that's coming from. At that time, I hadn't had enough time to think about, I had just started to realize that there were some things taking place. And I said, that is very, very sad. And I didn't say it anymore. I was actually lost for words hearing that. And during these times, there's a rise now in fake healers / therapists who, with no real training or any divine spirit, they're preying on these young people, taking their money, and leaving them more broken than they were when they came. I'm hearing about that a lot. I have several clients and friends, and just people that I know. I've been in conversations in different places where people are sharing, what's going on with their children and adolescent children. And I'm just seeing it in a whole lot of places where these children are adolescent children. I keep having to repeat I want to make it clear that I'm not talking about little ones. So, but I keep hearing about these adolescent children have become so disrespectful to their parents, and to the point to where they're not even talking to them, not staying in touch with them, accusing them of all kinds of things, wild things that some parents say don't even make sense, things that are untrue. And it's like the inorganic ones have created a system where the minds of these adolescents have been penetrated to where they really believe what they say. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure there are people who have been traumatized even by their parents, in some cases, but this is something different. It is quite different, and it is very demonic in evil, and we're seeing it and hearing about it across the board. And I was talking to a relative today, and she just broke it down to me to help me, and it helped me really understand what's really going on. And I had to come on here and talk about it because I want people to know and realize there are a lot of parents out there right now who don't realize that this is a trending a trending tragedy. And but we need to know what's taking place. The good thing about it is nobody is getting away with anything. We're on the cosmic chastising, and the karma is not going to be nice. So for anybody that is a victim of this trend, or if you are a victimizer of these young people in this trend, I want to say to both of you, karma is coming. It is coming. You know, whatever goes up has to come down. It's divine. You cannot, even caught up in this system, get away with doing these kinds of things. So I'm very saddened that this system thinks that it can still get away with doing the things that it's doing, and there's not going to be any repercussions for it, because it's coming. And so that, knowing that, it gives me solace, because I know nobody's getting away with nothing. But it is a sad thing, and it probably affects people like myself more, because we can see it and we can understand it much better because of our level of frequency. We're not fooled by a whole lot of things that are going on during all this evil. So I just want to say to you parents out there that are being affected, hang in there. Don't give up. Don't waver. I know it has to be painful, and but it's not the end. It's not the end. Just like any other trend, this too shall pass, and it's gonna transition, and it's gonna come to a place where karma is gonna say enough is enough. And we've seen, if you've been on this planet long enough, we've seen all kinds of things where it flows in a cycle, and when it gets to the end, we all can see it. So don't waver, and just continue to do what you do, and trust and believe that all those who do wrong on this planet will suffer the consequences. And that's a cosmic law. You cannot do people any kind of way and expect to get away with it. So I just wanted to kind of talk about that a little bit, and for parents and families who don't realize that this trend is taking place, there's too many people that's dealing with it, and it's very easy to see that it's not just something. It is real. And so I just say, hang in there, stay strong, and if I can be of any help to you, as I always say, click like, subscribe, and send me a message. I'm a servant at heart, so I'm always ready to help in a time of need. And if support or conversation or any of that will help, I'm here. And I mean that in sincerity. So I'm going to close out by saying be encouraged, as I always say, and know that every, I want to say good thing, but I'm gonna change that to bad thing, has an end date and time, and it's gonna come to an end real soon. So have a good evening. Again, stay encouraged, and know that the universe / the Creator has it under control. Namaste, Ashe, and all of that. Bye-bye. Have a good evening.